If you've been thinking about learning Unreal Engine properly, today I want to show you exactly what that looks like. I'm going to walk you through all 13 major tools and systems that every Unreal Engine developer needs to know. This is everything covered inside of my Unreal Engine Fundamentals course. If you want to grab access to that course and get access to all of my other courses, which many students have used to create their own games, check that out. There'll be a link to that in the description of the video. Now, let's get into the tools that I think every Unreal Engine developer should know. First up, we have the level editor. This is your main workspace in Unreal Engine. You'll learn how to navigate the viewport, how to select, move, rotate, and scale anything in your scene, and how to use the different viewing modes like wireframe, lit, unlit. You'll also learn how to get assets in your project, importing your own files, migrating assets between projects, and pulling content from Fab and the wider internet. Next, we'll learn about actors. Everything you place in a level is an actor. We'll start with static meshes, the physical objects that make up your world. You'll learn how to prototype levels quickly so you can block out ideas before you have final art. You'll get a look at Unreal Engine's material system, which controls how everything looks. And you'll learn all of the different lighting tools in Unreal Engine and how to set up the player start so you can decide where your player starts in the level. We're then going to do an introduction to blueprints. So blueprints in Unreal Engine is their visual scripting system. No traditional coding is required. You'll learn variables which store informations, the essential nodes that I think everyone should know, timers for making countdown functions, functions to keep your logic organized, and trigger volumes. These are invisible zones that fire events when the player walks through them. Next, we'll move on to gameplay systems. You'll learn how Unreal Engine organizes a game. So we'll cover game modes. These set the rules for your game. We'll set up pawns and characters. These are blueprints that your character can control and play as in the game. And we'll go over controllers to handle player input. We'll also be working with Unreal Engine's enhanced input system and all of the different input modifiers and triggers, which allow you to do things like make it so you have to hold a button for a certain amount of time before an input fires. We'll cover all of the different systems in that. We are then going to move on to collisions. Games live and die by how things physically interact with each other. You'll learn how to set up events that fire when actors collide or overlap or block each other. We will detect hits. And we'll go a bit deeper with physical materials, which let you control things like surface properties, like slipperiness and friction. So you can make it so if an actor is on an object which is really slippery, they'll kind of slide across it. Or if the object has no friction, then they won't move on it. Or if the object has a lot of friction on it, then the player will find it hard to move on it. Then we will cover user interfaces. Every game needs UI, health bar, menus, dialog screens, and so on. In Unreal Engine, all of this is built with widgets. You'll learn how to create them from scratch and how to use the core UI building blocks. And we'll go over how to bring in custom fonts so you can make everything look like how you want it to, rather than the generic font. We will then cover audio. So audio is one of the most underrated parts of game development. You'll work with sound waves as your raw audio. We'll then go over how to make those sound cues, which lets you build logic around your audio, including how to randomize sounds, make it so sounds will only trigger when certain things are met. And we'll set up sound attenuation, which controls how audio behaves in a 3D space. So if you're really far away from an object and it makes sound, then you should hear it slightly differently compared to if that object was closer towards you. We will then have a whole section on materials. This is one of the deepest systems in Unreal Engine. So we will start with the fundamentals of materials, setting up the roughness, metallic, specular, and emissive values. Then we'll move into textures and normal maps for surface details. From there, we'll go deeper into material instances and dynamic material instances, which we can change at runtime, blend modes, shading models, and maths inside of the material editor, which is really helpful. You'll also learn about texture coordinates, animated materials using the panner and time nodes, material functions for reusable logic, and setting up decals for placing surface details without touching the underlying mesh. It's a lot, but by the end, you'll be able to create almost any surface you can imagine. We'll then move into animations. So you'll learn how to build a custom animation blueprint from scratch, which controls which animation plays and when. You'll learn how to blend animations together seamlessly, create animation offsets so characters can aim up or down whilst moving, and you'll learn how to layer animations so a character can use their arms independently of their legs, and we can play animations on top of certain parts of our character. We'll also work with morph targets so you know how that process works. And we'll go over sockets for attaching objects you want to place on your character. And we'll cover how to retarget animations so you can use different animations across different characters. After that, we're going to cover landscapes and levels. This section will be about building worlds at scale. You'll create and sculpt landscapes. We'll also cover how to set up auto materials that automatically paint different terrain textures based on slope and height. You'll use the grass and foliage system to populate your world without placing every tree and rock individually. There are tools in Unreal Engine that let you do that automatically. And then we'll also go over level streaming. This is one of the most important optimization tools in Unreal, which lets you dynamically load and unload parts of your world so large environments don't tank your performance. Then we're going to go back into blueprints in more detail. So we're going to go over spawning actors at runtime, referencing and communicating between different blueprints, covering all of the different communication methods, casting blueprint interfaces for clean communication between unrelated objects, event dispatches for broadcasting events across your whole project, soft and hard references. Then we'll cover all of the different data types. We'll go over arrays, sets, maps, structures, enums, and data tables for managing complex information. We'll go over how to use the line traces for creating a raycasting system. We'll go over macros, local variables, and collapse graphs to keep things readable. Then we'll go over the debugging tools in Unreal Engine so you can actually find what's broken. And we'll go over how to create game instances if you want to have data that persists between levels. And I'll also cover how to make a basic save and load system so your game remembers your player's progress. After that, we are going to move into the sequencer and the cinematic section. This section is all about teaching you how to create your own cutscenes for your game in Unreal Engine. So you'll learn Sequencer, Unreal Engine Cinematic Timeline tool. You'll work with the cinematic camera for film quality shots. We'll go over the tools that they have, like the camera rig rail for smooth tracking shots and the camera rig crane for sweeping overhead moves. You'll build a full cutscene and you'll animate characters directly inside of Sequencer. We'll go over how to combine multiple shots, add transitions and effects, and then trigger those cutscenes from gameplay so they fire at exactly the right moment in your game. We'll cover Niagara particle effects. So Niagara is Unreal Engine's particle effect system. You'll start with the core concepts, setting up velocity, particle initialization, scaling, shape, location, and gravity. Then we'll build real effects from scratch. So we're going to build a smoke particle effect and fire particle effects. We're also going to go over ribbon renderers, which are good for creating particle effects, which are like trails. We'll go over mesh renderers for creating particles that are actual 3D objects. And then we're going to go over how to use Niagara particle effects with exposed parameters so that you can control and drive your effects dynamically from blueprints. So that's everything we're going to cover. The 13 tools and systems that I think will be very helpful for any Unreal Engine developer to know. The level editor, actors, blueprints, gameplay systems, collisions, UI, audio, material, animations, landscapes, advanced blueprints, sequencer, and Niagara. And many of my students have used the knowledge from this course and all of the other courses included in my Unreal Engine Masterclass bundle to create and ship real games, like the ones you see on the screen now. If that's something you want, you can get access to the full course, link in the description of the video. You get lifetime access to over 80 hours of content and any future content that I make. And if you're not happy with it, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.